Hey everybody, how's it going? You know me, always hustling, always getting by as cheap as possible. Ladies and gentlemen, this is all about the Studebaker 1962 Studebaker Lark Daytona. Um, Now, for all those that are worried, is Pete's going to still do his show tonight? Yes, there will be an RWO show tonight. Um, but it's been a busy day. I've been on the road for the last probably 4 hours. Um, hustling away, wheeling and dealing. And I got another video for you that'll be coming up shortly. And, it's, I don't know what it is with YouTube, but it doesn't like videos directly from my phone. So I got to bring them into OBS here and then upload, and then you guys can see them. But um, today went about, I'd say about an hour away from home, to a small town called Brownsville, where I met an elderly man that restores cars and tractors. And damn, oh, Jesus. He had an old Chevy Apache in his garage. I don't know if anyone knows what that is, but it's a very rare pickup. Very hard to come by. And then a 1957 Chevy Bel Air four-door. Um, just totally restored. And then he had to show me an old Massey Ferguson tractor he restored, as well as a buddy's old 73 Chevy, I believe, C10 pickup. Just unbelievable stuff. And then he shows me this little MG replica car he built. But he had what I wanted, and he was asking $200 for it. I was very lucky. I tried getting him down to 150. I knew it was after I seen the transmission. I knew it was pushing the limit. But he came down. He came down $25 and helped me load it up into the trunk of the Kia. You know, um, I looked at my daughter and I said, if I was 18 again, I wouldn't have even given the old man a chance. I would have just grabbed the transmission and loaded up myself. But well, you guys know the history with the old angry Viking here. So yeah, that doesn't happen no more. But very happy. I got the engine for free. $175 for the transmission. These are the two most expensive pieces for that car, and it cost me $175. So I can't cry about it. So let me upload the video here, and let you guys see what the old Viking was up to today. Now, I believe, looks like it is this one. I'm hoping it is. Hey everybody, how's it going? This is Pete from Pillar to Post, and as you can see, hey, got the transmission for the Studebaker home. Still in the trunk of the car. Sorry for the noise, but as you can see, really good shape. I like the engine. Got a real good deal on it. We're gonna take our walk out back. That way you can hear me better, and I can show you what else I've done. But I didn't get it free, but I got him to drop 25 on the price. He was asking 200 for that. What it is it's a TH 350 transmission with a lockup converter, which basically gives you a bit more torque, a little bit more power, as well as better gas mileage. Now, I explained this on one of the videos the other day, how I used Gorilla Tape to seal up that hole above the windshield. There it is. Not something I like doing, but you know what? For the time being, until I get the metal home to fabricate new pieces in there, it's going to protect it. Water doesn't get in the car. This is also the other piece. As you can see, got the Kragers up front now as well. So that is the car as a whole. Now that front end's going to be sitting a little bit lower once the V8's in her. Not much, but a little bit. But It looks so much better with those Kraggers on there, doesn't it? So this is what's going on this week. If the weather clears up, we just had rain. We're supposed to get more. Um, the the hood, the fenders, and the front end, I want to remove it all. The radiator, sorry about that. The radiator's got to come out. Um, and then I got to climb under the car and remove the motor mounts bolts as well as the transmission mount bolts. And we're gonna get this thing fitted out for that 283 as well as the new transmission that came with it today. Um, you can see new rims on this side. See, looks so much better with those Kraggers on there. I do have to get the right lug nuts for it yet, though. We're also going to be removing the drums because I have to get the wheel cylinders out as well as the brake pads to order new ones of those. It's not a big rush. I've spent too much money already this month on this car, and the wife is going to make sure that's it for the month. But we can still take it all apart. We're gonna put it up on blocks, so it's easier to get underneath and everything. Make it raise it up a little bit more, and then yeah, start changing the engine, the tranny, rip out the old, put in the new, and you know I found a way doing some research how to clean up some of these parts. If the drums are still good, which I believe they are. It's been sitting for 40 years, so there hasn't been any wear on the cylinders for 40 years. Um, there's a way to clean up rust, and I'm going to be when I do it, I'm going to be showcasing it right here on Pillar to Post. It's using electrolysis. If you don't know what electrolysis is, it's mixing electric current with water and baking soda, basically. Now, this also makes H2O, or I mean HHO, hydrogen gas. So you want to do this in a well ventilated area and stuff like that. But basically, you take a plastic container, you put these are the old rims for the Studebaker, by the way. But as you can see, there's garbage in there right now. Make sure your bin's clean. You put the water, the amount of water you need in there. You put the baking soda in there that you need. Stainless steel rods going straight down that are in the water, and then you hook up a battery charger, and you let it sit for 24 hours to 48 hours, and it will just tear the rust right off the parts, and it cleans them so beautifully. So it's one way to clean up parts and make them look good because I want to paint the we're probably going to strip the chrome off the Kraggers and probably get them, oh geez, get them painted anyway. And gonna paint the once we got the drums cleaned up, we're gonna paint those as well. Give it a nice color, you know. The engine's gonna be orange, you know. So the car probably scrape off all this thick Bondo and paint and everything and give it a nice flat black color. I'm not going to worry too much about body work as it is. I'm going to fix up the holes that need to be fixed, the trunk, the holes in on the inside, any holes on the outside. If there's a hole where it shouldn't be, it's going to be taken care of. We had the Polara running a few days ago. She ran beautifully after the oil change and the oil filter change. She ran really good. She needs a tune-up. She's been sitting too long. She needs to be taken for a nice drive and worked in and then given a nice tune-up. But she sounded so much better after the oil change. So it was very encouraging. We've got the trunk started and we've got to finish up on the one spot on the floor in the interior, and then it's putting all the interior in, and the player is ready to go. So like I said, we're staying busy this week. If you know the elements permit, this whole front end will be coming off the car. I got to clean up a mess out here, and then I'll be able to store everything over here. But until then, yeah, rip it all off and I want to try and get the fenders and the front end all off at the same time. And the hood will come off separately, of course, but do it as, remove as much as in one piece as possible. Saves a lot of work, and it makes it a lot easier to put back on. Other than that, I'm going to actually, because this fender does not belong to it, the driver's side front fender. You can see the trunk. But if you look at this white fender here, you can see that she's got a lot of rust right there on that end. My brother's encouraging me to repair it, and because it's got the holes on the side for the chrome and everything, he goes, "Why not just do it? Fix that up, put that on, and at least it'll match the body lines, and we can, we don't have to do so much work for the chrome." But yeah, also this week, well, I'll have to put on hold getting the sheet metal unless my son buys it. Then we'll be able to go ahead, finish up his car, and then get to work on the Studebaker body work. Yeah, it's a good day when you make deals like this. The transmission alone, I was looking online. This was the cheapest I could find. There's other guys selling them for like $200, and it looked like they've been sitting out in the elements for years upon years. They're just totally just covered in rust. This guy had it stored in the shop. Said he took it off his 73, 78 Camaro, something like that. And it was running good when he took it off of there. It came directly off of 283, and or no, Chevelle. Sorry, Chevelle. And he said it was working good when he stored it in the shop, and then you've seen it's still fresh under paint. He said all he did was clean it off. It was still good like that when he stored it. That's the kind of deals I like. I've spent $700 into this car. That's buying the car, and then like the engine was free. Um, you know, so we are in the house. Yeah, the lighting's bad in here, but as you can see, the interior piled up in here. The wife wants me to get the body work done on the inside of the car, so that way it can be put into the car and out of our way. Can't blame her for that, folks. But yeah, this is the Angry Viking saying, catch you soon. I'm out of here. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, got a pretty good deal, and I'm hoping it continues with the trend. Like I said, I want to try and build this as cheap as possible, yet as good and as safe as possible. And I've been pretty lucky thus far. I want to apologize for the shaking of the camera. I had a really bad limp today. Legs been acting up a lot with the weather up and down and everything. So it's caused me a lot of grief, a lot of pain. So walking around is a bit hard to do, and you get a really shaky camera because of that. The daughter's boyfriend was home. She came with me actually, and when she seen the '57 Chevy Bel Air, when the old guy went in and we stepped out of his garage, she goes, "My mind was just blown." Another thing you'll see, I'm a big hand talker when I'm on the camera, as well as just sitting here and everything. Very hard to control the habit, but yeah, it was a good day. It was a good day, and I'll keep on bringing you more updates on how things are going. Like I said, this week it'll be taking off the entire front end, if weather permits, and we'll go from there. And then it's like, seeing if a good friend of mine will lend me his engine hoist and rip out the old engine, put the new one in. It's going to be a little bit of a different setup. There's a cross member for the transmission. We'll probably have to readjust that, put it in a better position where because there's no way it can line up. But you never know how lucky one can get. So we've got the 283 engine. We've got the TH 350 transmission going into it with a lockup converter. the master cylinder, and we're ready to go. I said this car would run this summer, and she will be running this summer. Now it'll be probably later near the end of the summer when I'm actually able to legit drive her on the road. But the Polaris, she's just if my son buys the sheet metal this time around, then his car could be on the road in just a matter of weeks. So it's keeping ourselves busy and having fun doing it. So this is Pete Wall, your angry Viking. I want you all have a good night. Have a better tomorrow. And I will be bringing you some RW action. Now, it isn't going to be a big stream today. We only have a few matches, and I'm waiting on one specific wrestler to arrive yet. And then we'll be able to throw on the final matches for this first tournament. And we'll be going from there. So, thank you for joining me again. Have a great day. Have a better tomorrow, as I always say. And I hope you guys are enjoying what I'm bringing to you. It's something different besides wrestling all the time, and it's a big passion of mine. So I'm out of here for today. Take it easy.